Captain America: The Winter Soldier isn't just another Marvel movie. It's hands down the best thing to come out of Phase 2. Yeah, I'm talking about the same era that gave us Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, Guardians of the Galaxy, and even Age of Ultron. And yet this one, it just hits different. Every time I rewatch it, I barely touch that skip button. It's that good. In this video, I'm breaking down exactly what made The Winter Soldier so special, why it still feels so real, intense, and grounded. I'm so excited to be sharing this with you today. Let's dive in. Let's start with the story. Unlike most Marvel movies that stick to the usual superhero formula, flashy powers, big CGI fights, and witty one-liners, Captain America: The Winter Soldier takes a completely different route. It feels less like a comic book movie and more like a full-blown spy thriller, straight out of a Tom Clancy novel. Instead of fighting aliens or gods, Cap is fighting shadows, political lies, hidden agendas, and enemies that wear friendly faces. The movie throws us deep into a world of espionage, double agents in secret organizations, where Hydra has quietly infiltrated the highest levels of government. Suddenly, the line between hero and villain starts to blur, and you're left questioning who you can actually trust. It's mind games, betrayal, and tension at every corner. Every conversation feels loaded, every mission feels like a setup, and every reveal hits like a punch. What makes it even better is how human and grounded the characters feel. All of this gives the movie that perfect mix of suspense, mystery, and emotional depth. It's smart, serious, and still packed with all the adrenaline you'd expect from Marvel, but with way more soul, which most movies don't have these days. Next up, let's talk about the humor, because The Winter Soldier somehow managed to stay serious and funny without ever breaking the tone. Let's start with Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon, played by Anthony Mackie. Man, this was peak Sam Wilson. His chemistry with Cap was just effortless. The way he teases Steve during their morning jog, that little cocky grin and their back-and-forth banter, it felt real, like two people who instantly respected each other. Sam wasn't just comic relief. He was cool, charming, and grounded. Honestly, I don't feel that same spark in his newer appearances, and it's a shame because he deserves so much more. Then there's Nick Fury. The man somehow balances being deadly serious and hilarious at the same time. Every line he drops has that dry wit only Samuel L. Jackson can pull off. He'll be in the middle of the most intense situation and still find a way to drop a line that makes you smirk. And the best part? The humor never feels forced. It's never just there for a cheap laugh. It flows naturally out of who the characters are and what's happening around them. Even in a movie filled with secrets, betrayal, and political chaos, there are these little moments that make you laugh, breathe, and connect with the characters even more. The action in this movie is just on another level. Every punch, every kick, every chase feels real. From the opening scene on the ship with Batroc the Leaper, you instantly know this isn't your typical superhero brawl. It's clean, brutal, and perfectly choreographed. Cap moves like a soldier, not a cartoon. The way he takes down enemies with precision, speed, and strategy, it's like watching a blend of military combat and martial arts. Then you've got that street fight with the Winter Soldier. Pure intensity. No lasers, no magic, just metal fists, knives, and raw aggression. You can literally feel every impact through the screen. And of course, the elevator fight, one of the most iconic scenes in the entire MCU. Tight space, silent buildup, tension thick enough to cut with a knife, and then chaos. The choreography, the camera work, the pacing, it's perfection. That scene alone could go toe-to-toe with any martial arts movie out there. Even the car chase scenes are top-notch. My personal favorite? When Hydra tries to take out Nick Fury. That whole sequence is adrenaline on wheels. The tension, the sound design, the practical effects, everything feels gritty and real. You can tell they relied heavily on practical stunts instead of overloading everything with CGI. The explosions, the bullet holes, the smashed-up cars, all of it feels tangible, like you're right there in the chaos.
That's what makes the Winter Soldier stand out. It's not just flashy superhero spectacle, it's visceral, grounded action that actually respects physics and consequence.
The Winter Soldier has some of the best character writing in the entire MCU. Starting with the Winter Soldier himself, Bucky Barnes. His silence, his cold precision, that haunted look in his eyes, it all says more than words ever could. He's not your typical villain. He's a weapon, controlled and broken, yet deep down, you can still sense the humanity fighting to break free. Every time he shows up, there's this tension, like something tragic is just beneath the surface. Then we have Agent Brock Rumlow, played by Frank Grillo, and man, this guy was good. He brought this gritty, no-nonsense energy to every scene. Honestly, Rumlow was more compelling than Rick Flag Sr. in the DCU. The dude had presence, attitude, and just enough menace to make him interesting. I still don't understand why Marvel killed him off so quickly. He could have easily become a recurring anti-hero or a major threat later. And Steve Rogers, on the other hand, was beautifully portrayed by Chris Evans. You really feel that he's a man out of time, someone who still believes in truth and honor in a world that's lost both. The way Chris Evans brings that quiet determination and moral struggle to life, perfection. Let's be real, he is Captain America. I honestly can't picture anyone else carrying that shield the same way again. And then there's Secretary Alexander Pierce, played by the legendary Robert Redford. Calm, charismatic, and terrifying in his own way. He's the kind of villain that doesn't need to shout or throw punches. His power is in his influence, his words, and his quiet manipulation. Redford brought this old-school political thriller vibe that elevated the whole movie. Rest in peace, legend. Your performance still gives chills. And of course, Sam Wilson, my guy, the Falcon. Like I said earlier, he was just so likable here. Funny, confident, loyal, the perfect balance to Cap's seriousness. His character had depth without trying too hard, and his friendship with Steve felt organic, built on respect and shared experience. Every single character in The Winter Soldier felt intentional. No one was wasted. Even the side characters had purpose, personality, and weight. That's what makes the movie timeless. It's not just about the action or the spectacle. It's about the people behind the masks.
Now, before we wrap up, let's talk a bit about the cinematography, because visually, The Winter Soldier is a masterpiece. The camera work feels alive. The Russo brothers didn't rely on flashy angles or over-the-top CGI shots. Instead, they used tight framing, handheld movement, and clean choreography to make every fight feel raw and immediate. The color grading has this cold, washed-out tone that perfectly fits the movie's political and emotional tension. You can almost feel the chill of Washington, D.C., the steel of Hydra's hidden machinery, and the weight of Cap's isolation in a modern world that's lost its moral compass. Even simple scenes, like Steve standing by the Potomac or that quiet elevator moment before the chaos, are shot with this grounded realism that gives the film an edge most superhero movies just don't have anymore. Every shot has purpose. Nothing feels random. You can tell the Russo brothers wanted this movie to feel like a 70s spy thriller reborn inside the MCU, and they absolutely nailed it. Now, wrapping it all up, Captain America: The Winter Soldier isn't just one of Marvel's best movies, it's a reminder of what the MCU can be when it balances heart, story, and realism. It didn't need multiverse chaos or endless cameos. It relied on tight storytelling, real emotion, and grounded stakes. It's intense, smart, emotional, and endlessly rewatchable. Every time I come back to it, I remember why I fell in love with superhero movies in the first place. If Marvel ever wants to recapture that magic again, they don't need to go bigger, they need to go deeper. Back to strong characters, grounded action, and stories that actually mean something. Because The Winter Soldier wasn't just another Marvel movie, it was the Marvel movie. Thank you for watching, and tell me what you think in the comments. I'm out.